The National Environment Management Authority NEMA has waded into the foul war between the Nairobi City County Government Management and the power utility KPLC and raised concern over the destruction of the environment following the dumping of waste at Stima Plaza. NEMA Director Dr. Ayub Mashari has asked Nairobi County to clean up the area as it argues that the garbage trucks at the location are not registered. The order follows a push and pull by Nairobi City and the KPLC, where the latter has accused the county government of failing to clear its own outstanding electricity bill of 3 billion Kenya shillings.
We are issuing an order to the Nairobi County government. We are heading there now to tell them to do 3 things. One of them is to make sure that these vehicles are removed from this site. This is not a waste disposal site. The vehicles should be removed. We don't want them here. They are the wrong place. And then number 2, when you look at that waste, it is not carried properly. Those vehicles are not covered, you know. And so even when they are moving on our street, they will be blown by the wind and they will speed on our streets. And so that is also an order that the waste should be moved properly. They should also acquire licenses from NEMA.
This as the KPLC MD and CEO Engineer Joseph Ziror has maintained that the power utility will not play games with the Governor Johnson Sakaja-led team, adding that whilst the City Hall is non-committal to pay the power bills, the utility continues to suffer penalties from their suppliers.
I think that is something many people have confused. We buy this power from generators. These are IPPs, this is Kengen, and we must pay them. And we collect all the money, not just for KPLC, but to pay for generation, to pay for transmission, to pay for distribution and retail. And when we are not paid, then it puts us in a very difficult position. If it was such that what we are actually selling is ours, then you can be very lenient. But in a situation where, for example, when you delay, there are penalties, we incur penalties, then of course we are at times forced, and it's allowed in the Act, for us to disconnect as a means of exerting some little pressure.
Ziror was speaking from a local media. The standoff continues as KPLC accuses the county government of failing to clear its own outstanding electricity bill of 3 billion Kenya shillings, whereas the county, on the other hand, claims that KPLC has an accrued 4.8 billion Kenya shillings in Whaley fees.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And police have lobbed tear gas to disperse protesting Technical University of Kenya students over the closure of the institution at the Ministry of Education. The students had a staged demonstration at the Jogoo House in attempts to petition Education Cabinet Minister Migoso Gamba to reopen the institution after weeks of staying away from the classes. The university had been shut down on February 3rd following staff strikes over delayed salaries, marking a second strike following the closure of the university. The students are demanding the immediate reopening of the university and the resolution of the staff's grievances to resume the academic activities.
Hawakukuja ku-invigilate exams, ikabidi tumetolewa shuleni. Sasa tujapata muda wa kusoma. Actually, I'm one of the students who was called for that meeting. When we came for that meeting last week on Thursday, we were told, we were 3 of us, and they told us that everything in that room was confidential and they could not allow us to access it. So ilibidi turudi nyumbani na hatukujua tungeambia wanafunzi nini, kwa sababu ndio walitufunza walitutuma kuwa tukuje tukue eyewitness. Hatuku attend your meeting, and that's why we are here today demanding for the CS Education to come atuambie yeye mwenyewe ni nini inaendelea, kwa sababu ni kama wanafunzi wamefichwa.
On Wednesday last week, the students held a peaceful demonstration as the University Senate ordered its indefinite closure following a strike by its staff members over delayed salaries. The Vice-Chancellor, Professor Benedict Mutua, had, however, in February 2nd rescinded the decision, stating that the university's management board and the Student Association of Council reached the decision following a consultative meeting.
Pearl Newsbeat.
President William Ruto is in Kwale County as he continues his week-long development tour in the coastal region, popularizing flagship projects under the Better Plan. President William Ruto is expected to launch the last-mile connectivity project at the Mawego Primary School, touted to bring development and boost economic growth in the regions. The head of state has also implored Kwale residents to register to the Social Health Authority the health plan, which he praises to reduce the health burden by offering affordable social health services. Accompanied by his deputy, Professor Kithure Kindiki, and Sports CS Salim Vuria, the head of state has further urged Kwale regional leaders to rally behind his Kenya Kwanza regime and unite the country under the broad-based arrangement.
Tuna watu wenye umbea na fitina. Tuna watu wenye mtafaruku ambao hawataki nchi yetu isonge mbele. Mimi nawauliza tuwapuzilie mbali.
Vilevile rais amefika hapa kwa sababu ya kuendeleza maneno ya uchumi wa baharini, ili wavuvi wetu wawe na vifaa vya kutosha vya kufanya biashara yao ya uvuvi.
Mambo ya uchaguzi tulimalizana nayo. Mimi nimekubali ya kwamba tutengeneze serikali ya kuunganisha Wakenya wote. Hata wale walikuwa upinzani tumekubaliana na wao wakuje tufanye pamoja, ndio tuendeshe Kenya pamoja, kusiwe na ubaguzi, kusiwe na wale wamefungiwa nje. Sisi wote tuungane kwa pamoja. Waswahili wanasema umoja ni nini?
Pearl Newsbeat.
Naivasha Member of Parliament Jen Kihara has strongly opposed the push by a section of members of the legal fraternity to remove from office the Apex Court judges, among them the Chief Justice Martha Koome. Kihara has termed the move as politically motivated, arguing that removing the CJ from office could severely undermine the independence of the judiciary. This even as the High Court temporarily stopped the Judicial Service Commission from proceeding with the petition seeking the removal of office of the Supreme Court judges. Several petitions have been signed seeking the removal from office on claims of misconduct and incompetence.
Natuambia tusifanye campaign, but whatever he is doing, it is actually campaign he is doing for 2027. Whatever he does, even this of Chief Justice, that is still politics he is doing. Ask me how. Unajua kulikuwa na petition liwekwa na Raila na Chief Justice akiwa ameketi kwa hiyo kiti ndio alitatua hiyo kesi, akasema Ruto amewin. Ikifika wakati ule kuwe na kesi nyingine, kama hajawin Martha Koome hatasema amewin.
Pearl Newsbeat.
Busia Senator Okiya Omtata has begun gathering views from Kenyans as he popularizes his 2027 presidential bid nationally. The lawmaker has taken to Machakos County to woo the youthful generation behind his bid and collect the area of challenges they are facing that he say will inform his manifesto. The youth speaking to the media from Machakos University have cited lack of job, cases of insecurity among a litany of grievances they want addressed.
Student as well as an hustler, a boda rider. In most cases, bodas are being stolen, people are being killed. Like this some other days back, some riders were killed. You carry a customer, then at the destination, you find that the customer you've carried is a criminal.
Some of the ladies have abilities and skills, and they are smart ladies out here, but they don't get the chance to expose what they have
and once we understand that, we can better articulate it moving forward in our own policy proposals, and later on, when the campaigns hit full swing, we will be acting from a position of taking orders from the people.